Hello everybody, my name is Tenelin, and this is going to be a bit of a rambling type video, not really a guide like my normal content, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about cosmic exploration. Over the weekend, Final Fantasy XIV FanFest happened in China, and some of what was revealed there was posted online. Now they did release some pictures of the new Ultimate Raid, they had a dev panel that talked about some of the graphic updates and such. I will leave links to everything that I was able to find regarding the Final Fantasy XIV FanFest in China in the description. And it's just a quick spoiler warning, I'm going to throw up the images of the new Ultimate Raid, the Futures Unwritten, as well as what they showed off for the new Field Operations Zone. They gave us a quick little image and a rough translation of Occult Crescent into English. They have the Chinese name up there. But what I was most interested in was the two new images of cosmic exploration that they showed off. Here's the first one that they showed, and it's very space and mining colony kind of seems industrial styled. You can see a bunch of different shipping containers. Looks like they might be living quarters. A big portal in the background. What appears to be some sort of Aether-based monorail maybe going around to the camp. Gives off a real big like space exploration vibe. I really like the look of it. It is interesting. It kind of gives us maybe an idea into what we're looking to see with cosmic exploration. They haven't really told us anything other than it's a new lifestyle content event. And then Yoshi P did make a comment at one of the live letters, I believe it was, where he said that they were still trying to figure out if they wanted to implement a high scores leaderboard like they had done with the Ishgardian Restoration, which I personally hope they do. I really was a big fan of that. The next image that they showed off here is just an immensely colorful landscape filled with all sorts of crystals and foliage and weird looking almost glass bubbles. This is so extraterrestrial, definitely feels like something on a different planet, and that's really all we know so far of what we're getting from this. It's going to be some sort of planetary exploration system. And these really do show it off. These are two very, very different looking landscapes. Now, like I said, we still don't know too much about the cosmic exploration other than them saying it's new lifestyle content. There's a lot of speculation that it's going to be similar to the Ishgardian Restoration, and they have confirmed it will have some sort of replayability added to it, which was a major lacking point of the original Ishgardian Restoration. This personally makes me think that it might be a similar style of update. For those who don't know or hadn't been around when the Ishgardian Restoration was happening, it was an event that lasted for nearly all of the Shadowbringers expansion. It started in 5.1 and ended in, I believe, 5.5, and it took place in the Firmament here, where we worked together to build up what is now the housing district in Ishgard. Over the course of multiple patches, we'd work together as a community to gather items in the unique zone called the Diadem, where we were rewarded with both items and points, and we had an online leaderboard to see how much you contributed to the event. You would then use the items that you gathered in the Diadem to craft various recipes, from some of them being simple, easy ones that you could level with, all the way up to expert level recipes, which gave you a lot more rewards and points. And you could turn those in for various rewards, some Sky Builders scripts, which were a unique currency for this event, as well as a little scratch-off card that would give you random rewards. There were milestones that you would hit as a community where there would be group-wide events or fetes where you could join in to get more rewards, level up your crafters and gatherers, and overall it was just a really interesting community-based crafting and gathering event. The scoreboards were really hard fought for, and the people with the most point on each job actually had their name added to permanent statues in the Firmament on their servers, so you can even see who had the highest score for each job to this day. I had only joined Final Fantasy XIV during, I believe, patch 5.3, so I was still very new and just starting to get into crafting and gathering by the time that 5.5 rolled around. So I used the Ishgardian Restoration to level up some of my crafters and gatherers, but I didn't get to participate in the high level content or the scoreboard fighting, which I really wish I would have been able to. It was one of the more interesting and fun events that I did participate in when I first started Final Fantasy XIV, and it really showed me how interesting crafting and gathering in this game could be. I would say that this is one of the reasons that I got hooked into Final Fantasy. I was able to level up most of my classes to at least 60 or 70 during the time just doing the Ishgardian Restoration, and I really wish I had been around earlier to be able to participate in the scoreboards, as I love a good friendly competition, especially in lifestyle content. Now, I cannot say what exactly Cosmic Exploration will be. We have very little information on it, but I really do hope it is like the Ishgardian Restoration and is kind of leaning towards looking like that, from my opinion. That's the one I'm hoping for most, at least, so maybe I'm just coping a little bit. In the case that it is similar to this, I would work on getting all of your crafters and gatherer classes leveled up before it comes out, if you're looking to actually compete, if they do a high score leaderboard. But I wouldn't worry about having all of the top gear lined up just yet, as we don't know exactly when it's coming out, and the gear may be changing by then. Where maybe in this you have some sort of space settlement that you build up over time, and others can visit yours. I hope if it's like the Island Sanctuary style content, it does have more of a group aspect to it, where maybe you could visit your friends' zones and help them gather or craft together. That was the only thing that I think Island Sanctuary was really lacking, where it is just a solo type gameplay. I would really love to have another community-based event for crafters and gatherers, so that's where I'm leaning towards myself. I did put together just a Cosmic Exploration wish list. These are all of the different things that I would love to see in this content if I was just purely speculating. I could be completely wrong in what we are actually getting out of this, but my biggest thing is I would love for it to be a group-based content. I think Ishgardian Restoration was fantastic, and it brought the community together. Seeing those times where the events were going off and how many people would show up to do those together was just a lot of fun. I would like for this content to be crafting and gathering job specific. As much as I loved Island Sanctuary, I do wish that it had a little bit more emphasis on actually needing your crafting and gathering jobs. It was nice to be able to have a casual based content for people that didn't need it, but I would love to see something where I had an additional use for crafters and gatherers. I want to see various zones that we can travel to. A good 5 to 10 of them would be awesome, just different landscapes and different things that we can explore. I would love to see a lot of variation of the materials needed because of that. Maybe have nodes on each specific different zone that are either maybe timed nodes or maybe some sort of unique node similar to what the diadem has, where you have to do X amount of nodes before the new node shows up. I would love to see some expert crafts. I think they're just very unique and interesting things to do. I would want some new currency for shops, specifically for things like new emotes and hairstyles and especially glams. But the one thing I don't want to see is job specific glams in this. Ishgardian Restoration suffered from having a lot of glams that were job specific until we end up getting 40, 60, or 80 glam plates. I just am really tired of having my crafter and gatherer glams be job specific. We just don't have enough glam plates for that. Of course, as I've said, I would love a leaderboard. I understand that there was a lot of toxicity and a little bit of people playing too much, which Yoshi P is very conscious of creating a unhealthy lifestyle for people that get addicted to these sort of competitions. But I really like them. I really would love to have something like that. And then, of course, the community milestones. I think that goes back to the group-based content that I said above. Just seeing those times where we know that we've completed this certain milestone and now an event or some sort of activity spawns because of that and it brings people to the zone. It's just really fun. It's a really fun aspect of any MMO, and it's really interesting to see how many people show up for something like that. What do you hope to see with Cosmic Exploration though? We've got some time until we get some more news on it, so it's the perfect time to speculate. And be sure to subscribe, as no matter what it is, I'll be putting out some new videos to cover it. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.